go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 100 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. Countdown, levitate, going up, elevate. Watch me demonstrate. On time, never late. I grind, celebrate. No pump, fake, hesitate. I've been scoring every day. Champagne Perrier. Since 9-3, been in the box, now stepping up to home. Like straight out the sandlot, now I'm plotting on the globe. I work hard, I show love, that karma steady growing. Got this far, I go hard, let God take control. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no energy for haters. See you trying, see you later. I'm shooting for the stars, need no laser beam blowing like the greatest, but it's one who's always greater. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 100 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. Smile good, skin clear. This here my year. Hey, look up here. This here my tier. Same fit 4 days. I grind 4 ways. I play no games. On me, no blame. On the wave, my own wave. Can't stop my shine. In the lane, my own lane. Can't stop my grind. 40 yard in the V12 and like 1.5. At 19, I cleared 19 in a month, no lie. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no energy for haters. See you trying, see you later. I'm shooting for the stars, need no laser beam blowing like the greatest, but it's one who's always greater. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 100 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees.
And you already know this is Fat Track Racing, this ain't no joke. Stretch it out, swap the wheels. Welcome back, you're watching round 1 of the first King of the Mountain tournament.
Here we go with our next group of drivers.
Blue Flu versus Miss Red.
The man, the myth, the legend, Bunta Fujiwara is driving in Blue Flu. It's a 98 Subaru Impreza, and for some reason he's driving for Team Puerto Rico Racing.
Is Bunta Puerto Rican?
Does Bunta Fujiwara sound Puerto Rican?
That's true. I guess it sounds more French than anything else.
Radio Flyer's driving in Miss Red. It's a Chevy SSR. Blue Flu is 90 grams. The SSR is 94 grams.
It's a very close race. Radio Flyer with a slight lead coming out of that corner.
Bunta Fujiwara trailing. That's not something we're used to seeing.
And Radio Flyer will pick up his first win, giving a track time of 17.136 seconds.
Not a great start for Bunta. The reputation of the Fujiwara Tofu Shop is on the line here. It would be really devastating to his legacy to lose in the first round of King of the Mountain.
I see Takume up there at the start with his 86, cheering on his old man from the sideline.
Radio Flyer has the inside lane advantage on this second race.
Both cars side by side, Bunta Fujiwara taking the lead going into the first corner.
A very close race. Bunta holds on to his lead coming out of that corner. He's got a decent sized gap now between him and Radio Flyer. If he can make it around this corner clean, he's got this.
There he goes.
And Bunta Fujiwara takes the win on the second race.
Bunta gets a track time of 17.598 seconds. That means Radio Flyer will have the inside lane advantage on the third and final race.
Man, this is intense. I need some tofu.
I think we have to wait for Bunta to come back to the shop.
Both of these cars are pretty evenly matched. As usual, it's going to come down to control, but I do believe that Bunta's Impreza has a slight speed advantage.
Well, if experience is important, I can't think of anyone more qualified than Bunta Fujiwara.
Yeah, he is definitely a legend in mountain racing.
Bunta once again with the lead going into the first corner.
Radio Flyer not far behind. This is a close race as they go into the second corner.
Hold on to it.
Bunta having some problems there.
Here he goes around the final corner.
I can smell the tofu approaching as Bunta Fujiwara takes the win and advances on to round 2 of King of the Mountain.
You know, I don't usually like to pick favorites in these races, but The man gives us free tofu.
I mean, you can't fault somebody for cheering on
Steve,
a driver
tell Bunta we need some more.
who also makes amazing tofu. Let's move on. It's time for our last two drivers.
Blue Flu versus the Black Knight.
Bunta Fujiwara, driving for Team Puerto Rico Racing, is driving in the 98 Subaru Impreza. Then we've got Andreas Jr. driving for Redline Salvage Inc. He's in the Hot Wheels Thunderburner.
As part of commentator ethics, I don't usually like to pick a favorite, but I've got to pull for my man Bunta.
Same here. His tofu is delicious.
If you want something yummy late at night, come to the Fujiwara Tofu Shop.
It's located at the bottom of Race Mountain.
We've got some paint swapping on turn 2. Bunta moving way ahead now.
Here he comes rounding the last corner to the finish line. And Bunta Fujiwara will pick up his first win with a track time of 17.292 seconds.
That was a close race going into turn 2. Let's take another look.
Right here, Bunta with a slight lead. Andreas Jr. trying to advance going into that open section of track. Bunta Fujiwara blocking going around that corner, and that gave him the big boost he needed to take that race.
One more win and we get more free tofu. Bunta advances on to the semifinal round.
Also, we should mention once again, all these cars you see here in King of the Mountain are modified cars sent to us from people from around the world.
That's right, this is a real competition with real racing.
Andreas Jr. with the lead coming out of the first corner. Bunta pulls ahead.
Come on, free tofu.
He slams into the side wall. Andreas Jr. chasing him down. It's a close race into the final stretch.
We got it. He's got it.
And Bunta Fujiwara will be the last driver to advance on to the semifinal round in the first tournament of King of the Mountain.
Another outstanding race. My boy Bunta did it again.
Here's a look at the replay. He almost pulled a Doc Brown right here, but was able to recover. Andreas Jr. right on his tail, bumping into his back end. But once Bunta Fujiwara has his eyes set on the finish line, it's all over.
Takumi once again out there in support of his father with his iconic 8.6. Up next we have the Gigawatt versus Blue Flu.
Doc Brown will of course be driving in the Gigawatt. It's a Hot Wheels DeLorean time machine weighing 105 grams, coming to us from Dave Akers Customs. Remember, if it wasn't built by Dave,
it was built by someone else.
Which is exactly the case for Bunta Fujiwara's car. He's driving in the 98 Subaru Impreza weighing 90 grams.
Bunta Fujiwara, definitely a fan favorite here at Race Mountain.
That's right, if you want something yummy late at night, come to the Fujiwara Tofu Shop, located at the bottom of Race Mountain.
Mention King of the Mountain for a free cup of water.
A close race between Bunta Fujiwara and Doc Brown. Bunta will pick up the first win with a track time of 17.446 seconds.
A great start for Bunta. One more win and he advances on to the title match.
He had a little trouble going into the open section of track. You can see right there Doc Brown tapping the back end of that Impreza. But once again, we see Bunta Fujiwara's experience on the mountain paying off.
All I know is I got free tofu riding on this race, so go Bunta.
Bunta Fujiwara starting off on the inside lane. He's in the lead as they go into the first corner. Doc Brown on the outside. Here they go into the open section of track.
It's a close one.
Doc Brown slams into the side of Bunta's car. Bunta with a big lead now.
Come on, free tofu. Bring it on home to daddy.
Whoa!
What?
Doc Brown at the last second appears to have passed up Bunta Fujiwara at the finish line.
That was so close.
How did that happen?
If I had to guess, it's that flux capacitor.
Maybe he traveled back to the future or something? It just seemed like he came out of nowhere to take that win.
I'm so conflicted here. As much as I like Doc Brown, and he's definitely got my vote for 2020.
Doc Brown for president.
Bunta said if he wins King of the Mountain, I'll get free tofu for the rest of the season. So I gotta go with the tofu.
That's understandable. Have you tried it with the Fujiwara sauce?
Dude, it's to die for. Or should I say, it's to McClyde for.
Seriously?
What, too soon?
Way too soon.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Come on, have some respect. I'm trying to sell t-shirts here. We've got another close race between Bunta Fujiwara and Doc Brown. Bunta in the lead. Doc Brown on his tail as they go through the last corner.
Here they come.
Here they come to the finish line, side by side. Action through the finish line.
That was close.
That was such a close race. I don't even know who won.
I've got free tofu hanging in the balance here, 3D. The suspense is killing me.
Once again, Doc Brown with that catch-up speed right at the finish line.
There it is.
Oh, it's so close.
Oh, I can't tell.
Let's look at the finish cam.
Yes.
And Bunta Fujiwara takes the win.
The dream is still alive, baby.
By about the space of a fender.
The dream's alive.
That's got to be one of the best races we've had in King of the Mountain this season.
Dude, that was intense. I'm hungry now. I gotta grab something to eat. Welcome back. You're watching the 3DBotmaker Diecast Racing League's King of the Mountain.
It's time for what you've all been waiting for, the main event!
Main event. Terry Hill in the Dollar General Levo versus Bunta Fujiwara in the Blue Flu.
Terry Hill will be driving in his signature Hot Wheels 2008 Lancer Evolution, weighing 106.1 grams. He's representing for James Clement Customs.
So far, this car is undefeated. Terry Hill has not lost a single race this season.
Bunta Fujiwara is driving in the Hot Wheels 98 Subaru Impreza 22B STI. His car weighs 90 grams, and he'll be representing for Team Puerto Rico Racing.
What he lacks in speed, he makes up for with experience. King of the Mountain. This is a title match, so the first driver to win 3 takes the crown.
There's a lot on the line in this race, mainly the right to be called the King of the Mountain.
And the tofu.
Well, yeah, of course that too.
Terry Hill off to an early lead around that first corner.
Right now there's a big gap between him and Bunta Fujiwara. Here they go around that second corner. No mistakes by Terry Hill yet. And he's going straight to the finish line to pick up the first win with a track time of 16.102 seconds.
Man, so far it is not looking good for Bunta Fujiwara.
Well, he is going up against the Chuck Norris of Diecast Racing.
That's very true. Rumor has it, all the Fast and Furious movies were based on Terry Hill's real-life events.
Come on.
With the exception of Tokyo Drift.
Ah, yes, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that was clear.
Bunta Fujiwara starting off on the inside. It's a close race this time going around that first corner. They're side by side going into the open track. Terry Hill pulls ahead.
This might be the closest race we've seen Terry Hill in.
Bunta not far behind as they go into the last corner.
Come on, Tofu.
A much closer race, but not close enough to stop Terry Hill as he picks up his second win and is 1 win away from the title, King of the Mountain.
Oh man, it's going to take a miracle for Bunta Fujiwara to come back from this.
Yeah, definitely. Terry Hill just does not make mistakes on the track. He might hit a sidewall here or there, but it really doesn't come at the cost of any speed.
Well, I'm keeping hope alive for a Tofu miracle on Race Mountain. Go, Bunta, go.
This is it. It is race point for Terry Hill. He's on the inside lane. One more win, and we'll be crowning the first King of the Mountain of this season.
Here they go.
Terry Hill off to an early lead as expected. He's on that inside lane. Bunta Fujiwara not far behind.
You can do this, Bunta.
Here they go around turn 2. Terry Hill handles it perfectly. Going to the last corner.
It's over.
Perfect execution again. And we have a winner.
Why?
Your first King of the Mountain of the 2020 season.
Oh, Tofu.
Terry Hill.
That came out of nowhere. So what are you getting at?
Come on, it had to have crossed your mind at some point, Bunta.
This engine is getting a little run down, isn't it? Maybe it is about time to finally give the old gal an overhaul.